for Weslaco Regional Rehab Hospital right here in Weslaco. Let's give them a round of applause. Well, also, let's give them another round of applause for letting us be inside, everyone. Another round of applause. Yes. Thank you, especially in these summer months. It gets a little warm outside, so we always appreciate the opportunity to be indoors. Well, we're very happy to be here to celebrate this 10-year milestone for Weslaco Regional Rehab Hospital. My name is Barbara Jean Garza. I'm the President and CEO for the Weslaco Area Chamber of Commerce, and it's just something so exciting for us because here in Weslaco, we always celebrate our local businesses and organizations who give back to our community so much and do so much for the people here. And it's always a great opportunity when we hear these organizations reach out and say, hey, we have we're celebrating 10 years, and for us, we're like, that is an amazing milestone, and we want to be with you to celebrate that. Because here in Weslaco, again, we appreciate our amazing businesses and orgs that do so much. So here today, as we celebrate the 10-year anniversary, there's a lot of wonderful things that the Weslaco Regional Rehab Hospital does for our community, and you'll hear more about that as we go through today's ceremony. But I do want to recognize some of the folks who are here with us today for this special celebration. I'd like to recognize our Mayor of Weslaco, Mayor Adrian Gonzalez, who's here with us today. Thank you, Mayor. We also have Commissioner at Large Pete Garcia, who's here with us as well. Commissioner Pete, thank you. Adrian Farias, I know he's in here as well. There he is. Thank you, Commissioner. We have our Assistant City Manager, Javier Salinas, who's with us as well. Thank you, Mr. Salinas. Representatives from Hidalgo County Precinct 1, Commissioner David Fuentes' office. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us today. We appreciate you all. We have our Red Coat ambassadors, who are business leaders of our community. We thank our ambassadors who are members of our chamber as well, and they come out to support local businesses and organizations. And then we also have Weslaco EDC board members, chamber board members, and of course our amazing Weslaco Royal Court, who are our student ambassadors. Let's have them stand. We're making them stand there. Even it's cold, guys, so we have to keep them busy. Thank you, students, for being with us today. These students represent us at a variety of events throughout the year, and right now they just entered summertime, so they're off from school. I also would like to recognize partners that we have here from Nat Medical Center, Ms. Natasha Gonzalez, who's here. And again, I will continue to recognize the amazing folks here from Weslaco Regional Rehab Hospital for all the work that they do. And once again, we appreciate all of you for making time to be here for this celebration. We know how difficult it is to run an organization, to manage operations, and to be able to celebrate a 10-year milestone is quite an accomplishment for Weslaco Regional Rehab Hospital. We're very proud of them and excited that this celebration is right here in the city of Weslaco. So to talk to us a little bit more and to welcome you on behalf of the beautiful city of Weslaco, I'd like to welcome our mayor, Mayor Adrian Gonzalez.
Thank you, and yes, a big thank you for allowing us to have it inside. I mean, it's hot outside. Again, I just want to congratulate you guys for 10 years being here and being in Weslaco, and thank you for choosing Weslaco and having not only 10 years, but I saw a little banner outside that says top 10% in the nation. Woo! That's awesome. So again, I want to congratulate everybody, that your continued care that you provide to all our residents here in Weslaco, not only Weslaco, but the whole Mid-Valley. It's much appreciated. I know I had a couple of my family members here, and y'all did an amazing job. So I just want to thank you guys for everything that you do, all the employees, or the CEO, to everybody that is a part of Weslaco Regional Rehab Hospital. We thank you for everything that you do. We thank you for taking care of our citizens, not only in Weslaco, but again, all of Mid-Valley. Continue doing what you do, and we'll be here when we celebrate, 20 years, 15? But again, thank you guys, and God bless you guys.
Thank you, Mayor. Our mayor is very future vision forward, so he's already planning your 20-year celebration. Thank you, Mayor, for joining us today. At this time, I'd like to welcome Commissioner at Large Pete Garcia to share a little bit about his experiences here with Weslaco Regional.
Thank you, Barbara. And I know I talked to the mayor earlier, and I said, Barbara, Mayor, can you please allow me to say a few words? And the reason is because I grew up in this area, okay? And in fact, James Street here, in fact, I worked under Mr. James, back when I was growing up. And so my parents still live here, close by, about a block away. And of course, I do want to thank the Weslaco Regional Rehabilitation Hospital for all the services they provided to my dad was here, okay, not too long ago. My mom also graduated from here. In fact, I have a picture right here where she received a certificate. So I'm real proud of my parents because, like again, not only because they took all the work that they did, all the services that the staff provided here, and of course I went out there and in fact I ate with them back there. I think there's a cafeteria back here. So I just want to thank them from the bottom of my heart. Thank them, and also like the mayor said yesterday, we continue to have ribbon cuttings every day, almost every day of the week, and that means of course we get more businesses here in our city, Weslaco town, and also we're celebrating today the milestone of the rehabilitation center here, and that means they're staying here longer too. Okay, and I will say again, thank you from the bottom of my heart, the rehabilitation staff, for providing all the good services for our parents. And as a longtime citizen and son, I want to thank you all. And thank you, and thank you for locating here, like again, in the center of the valley. And some of us call us the heart of the valley. So thank you again, Barbara. Thank you, and thank all of you for being here. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. And yes, when Commissioner Garcia mentioned that his family members were here, we said absolutely you have to share the wonderful experience you had. And I think throughout the conversations we've had with folks here about the amazing staff, what you hear is the compassionate care, the time that is spent with the patients here. And that's just so special about an organization and about its team members, its staff. It speaks volumes of how people want to be here, come back in here. You know, sometimes people have feelings about being in a rehabilitation center that maybe they don't want to come back, but you have folks here that feel this experience, feel welcomed, feel like family, and have just this amazing compassionate care. So let's give a round of applause to all of the amazing staff and leadership here. So there's a billion services that I see here on this list, and I'm not going to go through all of them, but like Mayor mentioned, Weslaco Regional Rehab Hospital has been ranked among top 10 nationally for delivering rehabilitative care that is patient-centered, effective, and timely. And to tell us more about Weslaco Regional and the great services and the accomplishments of reaching this 10-year milestone, I'd like to invite the CEO, Ms. Diana Schultz.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for coming and supporting our event today. As Barbara mentioned, we do provide a plethora of services, both inpatient and outpatient. We have a lot of different information that our Director of Marketing and Business Development will make sure that each and every one of you leaves with it. A couple of things real quick before I get into the thank yous. One thing that we really want your support and your help with is our Facebook page. We put a lot of work and effort into that, so if you would go onto our Facebook page, we have talking about giving the certificates to patients at discharge. We actually have that posted on our Facebook page. We have a lot of the fun events that we provide to our staff, the different events like this that we'll post on there, as well as our support groups. We do now have those virtual, and you will have those live. Some of our therapy staff have been leading that most recently with our support groups. So we're very proud of the work that we do here, not only in providing the patient care for the physical, occupational, and speech therapy and the nursing care that we provide, but also how we try to impact our community as well. So before I begin with the many thank yous that are so warranted to various individuals, I want to take a special moment to specifically thank the team that put this event together. To coordinate an event like this shortly after celebrating Nurses Week and Hospital Week, well, that's not an easy task. It takes a coming together of many ideas, a division of duties, an oversight of even the smallest details, and most importantly, there can only be one person flipping out at a time, right? So for that, I truly am humbled to the team that put all of this together, that pivoted from outside to inside. I think we can all thank them from the bottom of our hearts for providing that. As healthcare workers, we make a commitment to provide a healing and nurturing environment for our patients. We listen, we educate, we celebrate, and yes, we sometimes even challenge our patients to do just that bit more. And we do all of this because we care. Today, I'm proud to be able to celebrate a milestone anniversary of that very commitment. Weslaco Regional Rehabilitation Hospital, under the ownership of Ernest Health, is proud to say that the last 10 years have been an era of evolution, resilience, and progression. Our patient outcomes, as you all have pointed out, we're top 10%, clearly demonstrate the success we have with our patients and the impact that that has on this community. Because that level of work takes a village, I'd like to thank our clinical teams who work at the bedside with our patients and our administrative teams who ensure that the hospital has all the resources needed. Thank you to all our physicians who put in the hours working with our teams and who continuously support WRRH. Our medical director, who's hiding back there, Dr. Adam Muffler, for not only sharing his expertise, his patient and caring bedside manner, but most importantly, for putting up with each and every one of us every single day. And to our community partners, our referral sources, our vendors, and our continuum of care partners. Thank you for supporting our efforts to continue to enhance the health of our whole region. That's very important to us. Lastly, we want to thank all our past, present, and future patients for choosing Weslaco Regional Rehabilitation Hospital for your healthcare needs. Without you, we wouldn't be able to continue to do what we love. And what we love is caring for you. With that, we do have a patient testimonial.
So if you can please join me in welcoming Ms. Ana Elizondo, who's going to share a few words on behalf of her experience here at Weslaco Regional Hospital.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for being here. My name is Ana Elizondo, and I was very happy when they asked me if I could share my progress here in this hospital. Jonathan and Faith asked me, and I was more than happy to say yes. This is a wonderful hospital. I didn't know anything about this place until it was time for me to get rehab. So, with your permission, let me regress back to the beginning. I promise I won't take too much time. I do love to talk. I'm a talker. I taught school for 41 years, so I am a talker. I'm going to regress back to December the 29th of this past year. I was sitting home watching television with my husband, and all of a sudden, I had no sensation and no feeling in my left side. I told my husband, you've got to go to the hospital. We've got to go now. So we went to Hollinger Medical Center. During my stay there, I knew it was something that was not good. I was told the next day that I had suffered a stroke on my left side. I did not have any symptoms, none at all. All of a sudden, it's just, you had a stroke, and the journey begins. And it has been a journey, my friends. So, they started with MRIs, CAT scans, doing a spinal, lots of blood work. In the end, praise God, everything came out okay, except for the stroke. So I was in Hollinger Medical for about, I want to say 14 days or 15. During that time, I also got COVID. All of this time, my husband and I had never gotten COVID. Of course, we stay out from the public as much as possible. And so they started administering the medication. At the tail end of COVID, the person comes in and says, now it's time. And like when he's Spanish, like he said, este arroz ya se coció. It's something else. And so I was told I was headed to Valley Baptist Hospital for rehab. Well, I didn't have any choice. I'm near at the mercy of the medical staff. Well, 2 hours later, they came in and said, no, Valley Baptist won't take you. I don't know, it was in regards to COVID, and they were very concerned about their patients, which I understand. So I thought, okay, whatever happens, happens. Well, they said, we're in the talks with Weslaco. Okay. An hour later, they come back into the room and they said, Weslaco is going to pick you up sometime today. I had no idea Weslaco had a rehab. You need to do more media on that, people. I had no idea. Everybody was saying, go to McAllen. Prodigy won't take you. Go to my sister's table. Go to McAllen. Go to McAllen. So I waited, and I waited in my room, and they said, Weslaco will pick you up. It was 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I waited 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. I thought, this is not going to happen today. At 9 o'clock, I hear a knock on the door. And they come in, they wrap me up in a blanket, and they said, we're heading to Weslaco. Some sort of an emergency mobile unit or something. Okay. It was a very cold day. It was toward the latter part of January, so it was a very, very cold day, a cold night. They wrap me up, they put in a mobile, and they bring me to Weslaco. Or, yes, here to Weslaco. The people here were wonderful. They were ready to take me on. They dressed me up and went to bed. Of course, needless to say, I couldn't sleep. Sent my husband home. We live in La Feria. After that night, the next morning, there's a knock at the door very early in the morning, and one of the OTs comes in and she says, we need to bathe you, and then we're going to dress you, and then we're going to wheel you to the dining area for breakfast. I was not a happy camper. I was not a happy camper. I was comfortable where I was. I did not want to be challenged. That's the last thing I needed. So attitude starts kicking in. Very bad. Attitude kicks in. And so they got me up, they bathed me, they got me ready, and they wheeled me into the cafeteria. Well, I did not have a lot of feeling in my right hand, so I only had like 2 of my fingers were actually working. So they wheeled me in, and I can't use it, and they put the breakfast in front of me with the fork and the spoon. Needless to say, I couldn't do it. But I had Zulema, who was an assistant with the PT department, and she was there, and she started to feed me. But it didn't take very long because she was also asked to do other things from the hospital. It's okay. So she left. Well, I shut down. I couldn't pick up a fork for myself without spilling the food on my shirt. And I just couldn't do it. So I said I wasn't hungry. They wheeled me back to my room. And my husband was already here. And I told my husband, from now on, you get me breakfast from the outside. And you're going to continue, and you're going to spoon feed me for this one he did. And husband's a good husband. What can I say? I'm so blessed to have a good husband. And so that's what he did. So we live in La Feria. So every morning we get up early, pick up something at McDonald's, and then feed me. Because I didn't want to go sit in the chair. Everything was in bed. And I knew depression was kicking in at this point. I knew that I was in big trouble. But I had a very, very bad attitude. And so this happened for a while. Then, again, Migdalia comes in and says, well, we're going to show you how to brush your teeth. Brush my teeth? I can't handle anything with this that boy. You're going to do it. So she takes a toothbrush. She puts some sort of a sponge around the toothbrush. And I'm able to do that. Okay? But again, not a happy camper. Why? Because I'm being challenged. And when people are in the spot where they're being challenged, sometimes they go like, this is not happening. So that's what I was doing. So I was here for about, I want to say 60, whatever the insurance is, because I know you're the most of insurance is out. I've learned something in this journey. It's not what the doctors say or anybody, it's a mercy of the insurance. And so they said, okay, fine, okay, you're going to get your 17 days. Now go home, and now you're going to arrange for therapy here at. So my husband was already in the works, and I was getting 3 days of therapy, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Not a happy camper again. I sat him down, I said, I don't want to come back here anymore. I said, but it's not me, people. It's not their staff. They're wonderful. They're just wonderful people. Now I think that after all this experience. And I said, I'm not coming back here. So you make arrangements to have therapy at home. So after all this, he said, okay, fine. fine, then we'll talk to the doctor, we'll start again. So they made it work for, a therapist would come into my house 3 times. So the days are going by, and when you've had a stroke, dates are very important. You've got to get on board right away. So they take me home. I don't want to come back here, and I get a nurse like a week later, and she tells me that she takes my vitals. She says I'm okay, and then she proceeds to introduce me to my physical therapist, a man. And so he comes in and he said, I'll be here 3 days. So I thought, great, fantastic. And he said, you misunderstand me, something. I'm only gonna be here 3 days. And I said, well, you don't wanna know what I was thinking at that point. And I said, okay. He said, I will not be here. If you want more time, your husband will have to go and regroup and sign you up all over and go through all this process again. I was not a happy camper again, so I, fine, I said, 3 days. He came in, what can you do? I said, you're not God. You can't do anything in 3 days. I just said that. And he said, okay, well, that's all we can give you. You're going to go back, regroup, and start all over again. So after that, I looked at my husband, I was like, I told you so. I told you this was not going to work at all. And so I'm already working with Weslaco, and they're going to work with you, and they're going to get you back into this program. 3 days a week. Thank God for that. Thank God for that. So that's how I began my journey a second time around as an outpatient, 3 days out of the week with Weslaco. Well, needless to say, when I walked in, there was a different attitude. I was a school teacher for 41 years, and I had a banner at the top of my classroom, and it always said that attitude determines your altitude, how far and how high you will go. And I thought, well, this doesn't apply only to my students, it applies to each one of us. If we have the right attitude, we're going to accomplish much more than come and say, you know what, I refuse to do this, I'm not going to do it. It's not going to get you anywhere. You're not going to go anywhere, you're not going to get any better. So my second time as an outpatient was a different story. I knew that I had to cooperate and do my part in trying to get better and more independent. Because my husband is my only caregiver, people. I don't have any Medicaid or people trying to go to the house and help me out. So I knew that I was in a pickle, and I had to do more on my part, more on me, and less on him. So I come in with a different attitude, and they start asking, I had a wonderful physical therapist, Victoria from the get-go, and a wonderful OT therapist, Marilyn, and of course her assistant. And so John there was wonderful. He said, you want to work with these people? That's fine. We'll assign you every time you come in. I have just words of praise for this hospital and the therapy department and what they have done. I have not been here very long, but people, I am moving forward. I am able to wash my face with the wipes. I'm able to apply my moisturizer. I brush my own teeth. I can comb my hair also. And those are things that I was not doing at the very beginning. But like I said, your attitude has a lot to do. And you just working with these therapists. These are first-notch therapists. Weslaco is very fortunate to have this hospital here, this rehab. And also for the therapy department that are working here with the people that need their help. They've been just exceptionally, just wonderful. And so I come in, and first my OT, Marilyn, and I couldn't do anything with my hands. And now I can eat my 3 meals with my special fork and my special spoon that my husband got me. I'm able to eat. I don't need an assistant. I'm drinking coffee. At the beginning, I wanted my coffee. I wanted him to drink it because I don't like drinking coffee with a straw. But now it's okay. You got me a special straw, so I'm doing that. Okay. So all the activities that Marilyn throws at me while doing OT, I'm doing them. Yeah, on Wednesday I was able to accomplish like 5 activities in a row, and only by myself, not with her assistant. So I was very proud of the progress I had made. That's an hour with her. Then the second hour they will me to PT, which is Victoria, and she is definitely much more challenging. I don't want my other OT to get jealous. Because the first thing she does is, you're gonna have to walk, you're gonna walk. So at the beginning, you're scared. And so finally, I find out what a Hemi walker is. For people that don't know the type of a walker, I said, here's the Hemi walker. Now, at the beginning, when we started our journey, I was happy, you know why? Because I had Sulema, the assistant, and she was following me in a wheelchair. So I was walking, and I knew she was right behind me. So if I said, I'm tired, I just had to lean back, and she was there. Well, that happened for a couple of weeks until she said to me, no. I said, what do you mean, no? Where's Sulema? No Sulema today. And the wheelchair, no wheelchair today. You talk about being challenged. And she said, you're going to walk with my assistance. I'm going to put the belt on the top of your body. And we're going, again, here it comes again. But I thought, temper tantrum. I said, stop it. You won't. And I was talking to myself, don't do it, Anna. In anything, you've got to cooperate, and you're lucky that these people admitted you back into therapy. And so we start walking. I'm happy to tell you that I was able to, the PT room is big. It's a big, big room. But I was able to walk with her assistant, and she challenges me all the time. And she said, you know, these are the plans that we have, the goals that I have for you. I was a little bit taken aback because I wasn't sure, but you know what? I know that with their help and trusting them, I am going to continue accomplishing much in this rehab hospital. So I only have beautiful words for each one, especially my girl section. You know, they're wonderful, they support you, they encourage you, they motivate you, they challenge you every step of the way. And my attitude is different. And that's why I tell everyone, your attitude will determine your altitude, how far and how high you will go. If you're not willing to put in your 2 cents, you will not get anywhere. You will not go forward. So you need to cooperate with these people that are professional and they're very respectful. I'm treating them like my second family. So, I mean, I'm just over the cloud with, I'm just grateful to this hospital that I didn't know existed. I'm grateful to the people that God has put in my path. And I know that with the help of God and the OTs and the PTs and everyone that's associated with the department, I will go far. So I'm praying that hopefully by Christmas, I will be dancing a polka with my husband and family. Very optimistic, and you people need to put out the work because every chance I have, every opportunity I have, I make sure that I mention Weslaco Rehab. I can't compare this place to Harlingen, and my sisters were upstairs. I was like, take her to McAllen, take her to DHR. No. God wanted me here, and this is where I am, and I couldn't have asked for a better hospital, better service, and a better group of people to work with me, that believe in me, that challenge me, and that they want the best for me. So you people in Weslaco are very fortunate to have this rehab center here. So I would like to thank everyone present here today, all of my beautiful girls, the physical therapy department, the young men that I just love here too, and all of you. Thank you so much for this hospital.
Thank you so much, Anna. I think once an educator, always an educator, right? We all learned our lesson today about positivity and resilience. And Anna, congratulations to the team on great work and service here at Weslaco Regional Rehab. You all do such an amazing job, and this is just a perfect example of the services that you all offer here. Let's give Ms. Anna another round of applause. As we continue with this evening's ceremony, again, we thank all of you for joining us today. It's so special when we get to hear a testimonial from somebody who's gone through this experience. And Anna, thank you for sharing your journey. You know, I think that's the most important part is people forget that it's not about just coming in that day and getting the rehab services that you might need. It's a journey, and it takes you through so many different emotions and so many different experiences. And I appreciate you for sharing what you went through with us, because some people don't realize all the toll that it takes on a person. But what's so wonderful is to know that when you have amazing professionals and leaders here in this community and here in this hospital, the difference it can make in somebody's lives. So congratulations to this team. Let's give them another round of applause. It's a milestone, so we keep celebrating today. So at this time, I'd like to invite one of our chamber ambassadors to come up and share a few words on behalf of our chamber ambassador team. I'd like to invite Ms. Sandra Charlton, who is also an EDC board member and your local friendly neighborhood CPA. I don't want to say that, Sandra.
Thank you, and I'm so excited to be here and to be a part of this. And on behalf of the EDC, we're just so appreciative for having this quality facility here. it really improves our quality of life when we have these amenities to offer our residents and those throughout the Mid-Valley and further. So just really grateful to you for choosing Weslaco, and we're so excited about the success that you've had here in Weslaco as well. And so I wanted to present with you a commemorative plaque showing that we're celebrating here our 10 years, and just congratulations, and we are looking forward to much more success.
All right, and I think with that, we are ready for a ribbon cutting. And we also want to encourage everyone to stick around for a reception to follow after our ribbon cutting. We'd love our ambassadors to join us, our city leaders to come up and join us in a photo as we cut the ribbon celebrating 10 years for Weslaco Regional Rehab Hospital. Diana, I think, are you ready to cut that ribbon? All right, we're going to count to 3, and then we'll cut the ribbon, celebrating today's milestone. Ready? 1, 2, and 3.